showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
Hey, easy, 63, alpha, alpha, alpha. Delta.
A pistol snap, back to Hurts. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Cowboys' 19-yard line.
Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni. Delta.
Handoff here, up the middle. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down, 3 to go.
Delta.
Slot man in motion right.
Delta.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 3.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he will take it in himself. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do.
And, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. They'll use 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and goal. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find an opening, but too good in the middle from the defense. They stop this up, and now it is 4th down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on 4th down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on 3rd down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
Who wants it more here? 4th and goal from the 1.
Great, set. Delta.
They'll run it and give it to the big guy. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Oh, got to be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Right side, complete to Nacua. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. It's 2nd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Nacua snags it over the middle. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Cowboys.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Second down and 3. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Good. Delta.
Hurts now. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now Hurts. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it. And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery, and the great return for the touchdown. The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
Good. Set. Delta.
On play action, Hurts. That's complete to the rookie first-round pick. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start. And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch him off guard.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
He's going to tuck it and go.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner, and that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the first down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
3rd and long for Hurts. This is caught at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That touchdown #1 for him on the year. Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Now give on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now a run on 1st down. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. First and 10.
Right, set. 63, 63, 63.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's going to air this one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Great, set.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. He'll drop to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing now from the gun. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Dallas. Aubrey, good with the extra point. The Cowboys will get out in front 17-7. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes a return from the 3. Return up near the 30-yard line, but that penalty marker could impact the spot. Let's get the call. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Slot receiver headed right. On first down, it's Hurts. Open man, the tight end, straight down the field. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Hurts will work here from the pistol. And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Little indecision by the quarterback there, Mike. Do I buy time and throw it downfield, or do I tuck it and become a runner? That's what he's thinking. I think he made the final call a little bit too late, and all he could do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Great, set.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
On third down, here's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Oh, no fair catch, and he pays the price. Big shot to make sure this return didn't even get started. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he pumps up the football. And no turnover here. Want the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Cowboys 17, Eagles 7.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line.
set.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and that'll be a... Three. Second and 7.
No touch that. No touch.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
No touch that. No touch.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. Not much happening there, just a short game.
Pack and swamp, pack and swamp.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
Crowd left Yeti. Pack a Hornet. No touch.
A second down throw for Hurts. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Eagles are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. To the ground, a first down run. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Off-balance throw. It's complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. The motion man is Nakua. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Third and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and intercepted.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
Hurts to the air on first down. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10.
63, 63. Go Silver, ready?
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And they'll mark them down up beyond the 30.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. They face 2nd down and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back in on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
Great. Set. No touch.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
73. Alpha.
They send him right out of the slot.
Delta.
Third and short, and Hurts will throw. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
Hey, Silver. Great, set.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. On for the PAT is Aubrey. He's got it. And the Cowboys go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Great, set. Delta.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Now right on the heels of the pick six, he is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Look, Mike, the reality here is that he's just not seeing the field the way that he needs to. Now, give credit. A big part of this is the defense doing an excellent job disguising its coverages all game long. Just before the snap, if he thinks he has the answers, the secondary changes the questions, and they've been rewarded with 3 picks for their effort.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
They'll look to throw. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the fourth quarter, and that's a gift. And that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played?
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
By Guardian Overshown. A loss of 7. Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 29-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Play action. Here's Hurts. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
set. Crowd left, Yanni. Crowd left, Yanni. No touch.
3rd and long for Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. He'll try the right side this time. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you would love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll air it out down the middle. And the Cowboys are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner. I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
This a must-stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD.
The kick is good. Makes the score Cowboys 31, Eagles 14.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Good.
On first down, it's Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Big-time play for Philly. 33 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. He's going to let this one go deep. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw. But I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And he's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a give up the middle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Right back to him on first down. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. They get the home victory here in the division.